Life is just a series of moments that are meant to be enjoyed, experienced. Hello? Welcome back to my 90 days of lessons from me, for me to you. And today we're going to be talking about enjoying the little moments in your life. Um, I believe life, as I've said before, life is just a series of moments and things that we experience and things that we do and our own cognitive awareness. And that's why you always hear people say live in the present, don't live in the future, don't live in the past. There's a saying that I always use to kind of bring myself back to my present, and I do it like this. I close my eyes, and I read this in a book. I close my eyes and I say, God doesn't say I will or I was, he says I am. And I open my eyes and I don't know, for some reason I just feel like when I say that, I just experience everything around me and I'm more hyper aware of everything around me. Like the colors pop more. I feel like my vision just improves like 10 times. And the reason why I like this saying is because it's true. In the Bible, God says I am. He doesn't say I will, and he doesn't say I was. That means that God doesn't live in the past. He doesn't live in the future. He lives in the present. He lives in the moment. God is in the moment. You know, sure, God is all throughout time, but he doesn't say I was or I will. He says I am. And again, the Bible, it's kind of like it's I want to say it's a rule book, but I don't really believe it's a rule book. I don't know. We'll get back to that. I can't really be specific on that one. But that's a lesson that I took from that saying, where it's like, we as humans, we like to live in the past and kind of think about what could have been or where we could have been if we had done that, done this, we have done that. And I'm very guilty of that. Um, looking into the past, especially at moments when I get lonely or sad and thinking about things that I could have done differently. And an example is like, maybe you were talking to like a girl, or you were talking to like one of your friends, and like you keep think you may have been in the moment, or you may have been worrying about what to say next, but then you later on you're like hyper aware of it. You're like, damn, I could have said this, I could have said that, it would have been better this way, it would have been better that way. And I believe to some extent that's a good thing, because I kind of think of it as wait one second, sorry, what do they call it, game review footage. Yeah, I like to think of it that way. Different things that you could have done different ways, but the important thing is that you don't get so trapped by the past that you don't really enjoy what's going on around you. you know and another thing is, don't live in the future too much. And this is something that I'm very, very guilty of, because i'm a I'm an anxious person. I always worry. I like to plan. I like to worry about, well, I don't like to, but I always worry about what's next and what I can do next and what I can do more of. And how I'm going to get there in the future, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that. And I've realized that if I keep doing that so much, I get so paralyzed by fear and the idea of getting to that future, that I don't really experience what's going on around me and live in my moment and live in the moment and enjoy the moment. You know? And one thing that I heard again was that depressed people live in the past, anxious people live in the future, and people who are just okay and chilling, they live in the present. So I've, I like to consider that I'm hyper aware of my state of being. What that means, like, I'm aware of my problems and the things that I need to change and things I need to work on. Now, all the time, no, but for the most part, now I think I am. And with doing that, I know that when I look into the past, yeah, it's because I'm, probably depressed about something. And definitely when I look into the future, I get anxious. And I've realized that, once I'm sitting here kind of just enjoying the beautiful day it is, the sun, the trees, the sound of the birds, the blue sky, because it's a great day outside again today, guys. It feels good. It feels like the perfect temperature. I got a hoodie on because it's a little bit chilly, but you know, I found that I'm at my most peaceful moment. I'm not I'm not worried about what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. I'm not worried about what happened yesterday or what I said yesterday, or it's just I'm sorry guys, I've been having like a little bit of a cold. I'm just here. I'm in the moment. I go places, I'm in the moment. You sit in the car, sure, sometimes you go on autopilot, But it is nice to be in the car and you're kind of looking around, maybe somewhere you've never been. You know, it's just like little bits of that where you practice being aware and with yourself. And again, if you're in the present, you're with yourself. You're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying your time with yourself or with other people. And people like that more because, you know, you seem present, you know. Going back to a lesson I learned from my relationship was, you know, one of the things that she brought up to me was the fact that I would always look like I was somewhere else, you know. And in truth, I kind of was like, I'd be thinking about other things, not in the sense of like other women or, you know, things like that, but just like my future and how I'm going to do things and how I'm going to get things done. And as a man, as men, we're very prone to doing that. And even women do it a lot, you know, when they're on their purpose and doing things like that. But I feel like men are so guilty of that, where they live in the present and they don't really enjoy it. They live in the future, I'm sorry, and they don't really enjoy the present as much as they should. And I feel like if we as just humans, we start living in our present and enjoying our moments, our life is going to be so much more peaceful. So much more peaceful. You know, we're always going to have our problems. We're always going to have our little stressors. But if you believe in your future self enough, you'll be fine. One thing I always like to say is, I want to live a life that my future self is thankful for. You know, I want to do things that my future self will be like, damn, dude, I'm so glad I did that. An example is this, you know, making these videos, because eventually, you know, God willing, it does something for me, you know? I get the chance to travel through this, touch people, talk to people, meet new people, and hear people tell me how much my videos have somehow impacted them, you know, even if it's just one person. Because I've gotten like comments on my videos, you know, someone's like, I got one comment, somebody's like, keep going. I'm like, thank you so much. Like, that really, it means a lot. And I just want to hear from those people that, hey, man, what you did, what you putting out that camera and just sitting in your backyard really helped me. So, yeah. But living in the moment and living in your present, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. And I feel if we did that more, we would be better as people for it. So yeah, that's it for today. It's a pretty short one today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm going to see my dog later, so kind of want to get some stuff done before that, so I ain't gotta really worry about it. But as always, you know, guys, cultivate a relationship with God. Love yourself before you love anybody else. And there's somebody out there that loves you. And if there's not, I love you. But there is somebody out there that loves you. So yeah, this is day 11, I believe. I think this is day 11. Yeah. But yeah, you guys have a good one. I love you. I will see you tomorrow.